When you are in yourself, there is no time. There is none. When you are in yourself, and when you are outside of a reality, you are in yourself, time does not exist, because time exists in you. You make it that way so that you can have certain kinds of experiences as a physical entity. You make it that way because that's the only way you can make sense of it. Otherwise, it's just a bowl of spaghetti, and it's that way anyway. But you choose certain ways of looking at it. So you say this is time. All right. But there is outside of that. If I die today and I do my recollection of this lifetime, there is no time. None at all. Because I can move through time, quote, time, at will. I can die now in, 2017, and I can wake up in 1994. How does that make sense? It doesn't. The only way it makes sense is there is no time. See what I'm saying? So it doesn't. It's like anything else. It's what you make it. It's just a system of making sense of something. That's all.
So time is a thought process.
Time is a thought process. A real thought process.
As opposed to what?
An illusionary thought process. I say there is original thought. Original thought are from the original place. There are not words. You see, you recognize, you act. Time. It's one of those things, if you ever been almost in an accident and time slows down and you have all the time in the world to do what you need to do, even though it looks like, oh, but you have all the time in the world and you make it out. Time is malleable. Another big word I learned yesterday. Malleable. You see what I'm saying? Because it's in me. What do I need? What do I need? I learned a long time ago fighting guys that were faster than I was. I'd stand back and I'd look at them and go, damn. But then when I fought them, there was always just enough time to whip that butt. How is that? Time slows down. See what I'm saying? It didn't slow down. It never was. It's in here. It's in the original thought. Now, if I go, oh, I must slow time down, it's too late. You see what I'm saying? Original thought, bang. It's a need. It's what a baby comes into the world with. Original thought. And then he learns all this stuff, all these sentences and all that, and paragraphs and all that. And I'm going to say something really racist here, okay? I don't care if it's okay or not. Somebody once asked me, a young white woman asked me, why is it black people have such rhythm and white people don't? I said, well, some white people do. Because they're not thinking about it. One just feels whatever that groove is and lets the body go with it. And one hears the words and going, step 2, 3, 4. And so, like I say, the best solution was Black folks got to think more, and white people got to think less. And then they get together and they create this mulatto who knows all of it. Because they get to be in the same groove. I was talking to a guy at Lakeshore years ago, and he was a running back, and we were talking, and I said, you know, how when you run up to a guy and your body just takes over, your body does what it does, and he looked at me and said, I don't run like that. That's original thought. Because I'm out of the way with the linear process, the original thought sees and responds almost immediately. That's the original thought. So time, then you see how it bends. You understand? A guy who is a power runner just runs over you. They don't have time to in here to make that body do what it does. The difference in original thinking and linear thinking. Linear is not original, if that makes any sense to you. Yeah.
What does the mind, like I was sitting there in meditation and I realized as I had thoughts, I also felt energy in my throat. I'm like, oh, so then I relaxed it, and I just noticed every time something was going on in my head, I felt, not a strong tension, but a doo. And now my question was, is that connection what makes me convince myself that the mind sounds like my voice? And if it doesn't in itself, what does the mind sound like once that connection is broken?
Doesn't sound like anything. It just looks, recognizes. See,
the mind?
Well, the mind disappears, and then there is only you. See, what you have, the energy in your throat, is because it goes from your mind to your throat, because your throat wants to say what it thinks. That causes the energy to stop here. But when you are free of that, when that energy runs free, it doesn't stop anywhere. You're filled with energy and prepared to act or don't act. You prepare to act or not act. And that's why a lot of times people who have come beyond that, they just look at you because they don't have anything to say. There's nothing to say. Or they are very quiet. So that is why when I said do the technique, put your attention where you feel it in your body, because that's where you stop the energy. That feeling in here, you were thinking, but there was nobody to say anything to, so the energy was stopping here. Just letting go. Just letting go. The relationship to the words is very strong.
In me and people?
In all people. Okay? We have learned that this is how we communicate. Do you have animals?
No, but I've been around them.
When you get them, it's like my cat. I know what he's thinking or what he's experiencing just by looking at his face. Now you say, how can you do that? He got hair all over his face. You look at his eyes and something happens. There is thought of another kind, original thought. We understand. We understand each other. There's a new game in town. He goes in the bathroom, The bathtub drips. He puts his head under there and he gets some water. He comes and says to me, "Mom," which means dry my head. So every time he goes in there, he comes and wants me to take the tissue. I've got to the point I got a roll of toilet tissue sitting right there. I take it and I dry his head and he goes, "Mom," and goes on about his business. "Thank you very much," and goes on. Or when I'm asleep and he wants to eat, he goes, "Hello, hello." What? Hello. When people are in the house, say, "Hey, come on, say hello." No. I'm grown. You don't tell me what to do. But when you look at them, you see. This is original thought, original intent. So it's not just the words that you see. We've been taught that it is the words that deliver the message. That's not true, because words can mean a variety of things, depending on who's saying it. Okay? I can say, "Kevin, you motherfucker," or "Hey, motherfucker, what's happening?" It means two different things. Same words. One you'll get upset about and one you won't. You see what I'm saying? I listen to women who say, "Hey, bitch." Now let somebody else say that. Okay? You got a fight coming on. But so it's the other intelligence that's telling you something. The other language that's telling you something. The original thought. Mind is when we put all that stuff, all that linear stuff on this stuff. That is, I know what you mean when I don't know what you mean. When I have to stop and pay attention and listen and let that original thought take over rather than the linear, learned thought process. So, something I say to you, you have to be able, as you clear up, to see the subtleties and see the differences. And you go, "Well, wait a minute. How can this be?" This is how you get your answers. This is how you get the light shone upon what you're doing. Well, wait. Why is it when it's like this, time is this way? Why is it when it's like this, time is this way? Oh, it's relative to me. Oh. And something I say, the whole thing is within you. Now, you have to ask the question, how can that be? When I say the whole thing, I mean the whole thing. What you consider the universe. It's like people will say, "I was born under this star, therefore I am this way." I say the stars are for you, not you for the stars. Because the stars are within you. How can that be? Well, see, that's a question that the individual must answer. How can that be? Aha, that's how the universe is in me. It is in me the same way the dream is in me. When I am in the dream, I'm looking at myself in the dream. In the dream, there's a whole city. There's mountains and goats and all kinds of stuff. This is what the ancients mean, it's all a dream. It's just that when you live at the same speed as the dream, time is different. Because you're living at the same speed as the dream. If you're in the car and traveling at the same speed as the car, everything looks perfectly normal. But if you did not travel at the same speed as the car, the back of the car would come up and hit you in the back. So, you see? But so you go, oh, there's a disconnect when I'm not at the same speed, so let me be at the same speed, or let me be at a larger speed. Oh, oh, oh. There are all kinds of hints about the nature of reality in your everyday experience. Just pay attention and ask the questions. We don't ask enough questions, or we ask the wrong questions. You got to learn to ask. Okay, go ahead, ask the wrong question until you go, well, maybe I'm asking the wrong question. Let me ask this question another way. Oh, I gave some people a little game. It says, there is something wrong with this statement. What is the answer? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Everybody kept looking at it and looking at it. I can't see anything wrong. What's the math? So and so and so. And I read it back to them. There is something wrong with this statement. What is the answer? There was 2 these in the question. What did we do? We immediately looked to the numbers, because we figure, oh, it's a number trick. Okay, something in our mind tells us that. Mind skips over the second the because it doesn't need the second the. This is the assumption at work. See, you're not looking just at that riddle. What you're looking at is the function of the mind. It didn't need that the, so it just disregarded it. But when you're looking for the truth, you have to look at both the these. When you're looking for the truth, you can't allow anything to be disregarded. Don't disregard the little things because they're there for a reason. You know, if you can jump 12 feet across a chasm, and if it's 12 feet 6 inches, don't deny the 6 inches. It's important. It is important. I tell the story, when I was a kid, I was cooking bacon. I had this fork. I'm cooking bacon, and that bacon grease was looking good. And I said, oh, I'm going to taste this. Took the fork out of the hot bacon grease. Disregarded hot grease. So for a couple of years, I had 4 prongs right there on my lips. Because I disregarded hot. Okay. So focused in, I'm going to get this good old bacon grease and I'm going to lap it up. We have to ask proper questions. What is it when you look at something, it just doesn't seem right? Let me check it again. That's why I've given you the concept of Tao, because I'm asking you to look at the world in a different way. Because we will look at the world in terms of things that works against each other. I'm saying I want you to stand back and want you to see how things work together. That's why I give you the concept of Tao, that these things exist in the world. Now, what you have to ask is questions about that in order to see the truth. Because you have been conditioned to think in terms of right and wrong. See, I don't know about right and wrong. I don't know about that. I know what is conducive and non-conducive. Is it right? I don't know. Is it wrong? I don't know. All I know is that if you miscalculate that 12-foot 6-inch thing, you're not going to like the results. But if I look at it and say, there's a 6-inch difference there. Maybe I better climb down and climb back up the other side. Maybe I better not try that jump. Because now I've taken into consideration both parts of the equation. Oh, okay. So maybe the outcome will be desirous. So I have to look at things. Wow. Why is it, or how is it we get better? We only get better when there's a problem, and we're forced to solve it. That's when we get better. Unless we get awful intelligence and see, we only get better when there's a problem. Okay, let me just start getting better anyway. Let me just start looking for the answers anyway. Let me not wait until something hits me in the back of the head with a baseball bat. Let me look around and see if there are any baseball bats here. Okay. All it is about paying attention. Paying attention. Let me look. Watching football that I love. I watched this guy run up into the line. Bam! No gain. All right, let's do it this way. Bam! No gain. Well, I'm looking at it, and all he has to do is step to his right, and you could have driven a truck through that hole over there. That was about anywhere near him. But the difference is, he's down here. I'm back here, watching on TV. I can see the whole field. I can see where the holes are. He can't. He's busy, whether you want to believe it or not, running for his life. Because there's some big uglies there that want to do nasty things to you and pretend they're not. I watched a guy the other day, and I saw him do it. Guy fell down, he stomped on his ankle and tried to pretend like, it's an accident. No, it wasn't. I saw you. Because I got high definition. I saw that look on your face when I saw you look down and stomp on that man's ankle. The different perspective. You see what I'm saying? I can't fault the guy because all he sees is all these guys here. Because he's down there in it. I'm sitting back here looking at the whole field and seeing everybody on the field, seeing where the holes are. I know all he had to do was that. That's what we have to do. We have to move back and ask the question. Not what's right and wrong, but what is going to cause this to work. And we have to look at the elements of that. Man is lazy. You see, we want to think what we've always thought. We look for things to come out the way we want them to come out, instead of looking at why they come out the way they come out. There's a difference. There is a big difference. But because it doesn't come out the way we want it to come out, we have to ask the question, why? Because I'm looking at all the defensive guys, and I'm not standing back here and seeing the holes right over there to run through. What is the question you're asking? Is the question I'm asking the right question? I want things to be cool. I don't want to go through a whole bunch of stuff with people. I need to change them. No, you don't. What you need to change is the only thing you can change is your expectation. That's what I need to change. I'm fine. I look at people I say things to people and watch their reactions, watch what they do. Or I present a situation to them and watch what they do. Aha. Now I know who you are. Do I want to have that in my life? Chances are the answer is no. Or even if the answer is yes, I have made the decision. I will be at peace even if my answer is yes. Your decision doesn't have to be the same as mine as long as it's your decision. What do you want? What do you want? She talks all the time. Oh, Lord, I wish. But the loving is good. Loving, talk. Loving, talk. I take the loving. I don't have to listen to you. It's your choice. But be willing to accept your choice. Don't expect somebody else to live up to your expectation. There's a thing I like to say a lot. Everybody wants to be the hero of their story. Everybody wants to be the hero of their movie. They write the script as the hero. You're just an extra. And you know how it is with extras in the movie. You can kill them, you can stomp on them, you can kick them, you can do whatever you want. Everything works out. You don't have to pay any price. You know how you do that? Everybody's the hero of their movie. But see, I want an action hero movie, and you want a romantic movie. Well, we got to find some way to merge those things, if that is what we want. If that is what we can live with. And you can, it's a choice. You choose. Be free to choose. Not to be, well, I just can't. Because something inside of you got to deal with the thing inside of you. You must deal with the thing inside of you. I recommend a movie called The Shack to some Christians. Why? Because there's a character in there that's Jesus. And the guy asks him about religion. Jesus says, I can't be bothered with religion. It's too much trouble. And the guy goes on and he says something else to him. And Jesus says, obviously, I'm not a Christian. I'm a Jew. Okay. Why did I do that? Because I want them to see the truth and how they're going to react to the truth. Obviously, Jesus was a Jew. He was obviously a Jew. He wasn't blonde-haired and blue-eyed. What are you doing? He had hair like lamb's wool and feet like brass. Well, that's a different color, and that's nappy hair. You ever seen a sheep with straight hair? If he did, he would have had concholine. Some of you don't know what concholine is, but sheep, bah. I'm just saying. See, we're back to that part where you eliminate the second thee because you want to be the hero of your movie. You want to be the hero of your movie, your thoughts, the way you set it up. We have to understand that the way we set it up, the other person has a movie too, in which they are the hero, and in which you are an extra. In his movie, oh, I want a woman who gonna bring good loving, she's gonna cook, she's gonna clean. Well, he doesn't realize that his character of his woman is based upon the life of his mother. And she said, I don't want to be your mama. I got my own movie where I'm the Queen of Sheba. And my man goes out and brings me countries, brings me jewels. What are you talking about? Cook some bacon. You better go get some money and get us a cook. See, the movies are not meshing because we're not looking for the answer. We're looking for it to be the way you have written the script. But we have to understand that there's a script that's already written. And we have to understand that script because the outcome of that is something different. We say, I want peace, but yet we have the ideas of war, the ideas that create war within us. Wow. Man, we have, one of the things we don't realize is that sexual energy is responsible for war. Really? Yes. If you look at the religions, they tell you that sex is bad. You don't do that unless you want children. But yet, nobody's looking, come here, girl. You know. Don't matter if she's 13, she's round. Okay? So what are we doing? We're suppressing this really strong energy and living the lie about it. That has to come out some way. It is aggressive. So now we start looking for ways for that to come out, that aggression to come out. It comes out against other people. It comes out against other countries. So we have war. We have people killing people. Look at war. Look at one of the things that's happening in the Middle East, and one of the things that women are telling you in the Middle East. When they come in and start bombing and shooting, what's the first thing they do? Go rape some women. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Let's go rape some women. Well, let's let's kill all the men. Why? Because they don't have what we're looking for. What are we looking for? We're looking for religion. Well, you're not going to find religion between her legs. That's a whole other thing, brother. And if you don't know that by now, something wrong with you. Okay? You have suppressed sexual energy. The responsibility lies with, basically, I would say, religion. The original sin was sex. No, it wasn't. You know, what kind of God says, here, look at this. Man, this feels real good. Let me throw some extra nerve endings in there. Now, don't you use it. Get your hands off of that. Sitting there penis so hard you can shave in it. See your reflection in it. Doc, get your hand off of that. Oh. Pretty soon, there's an explosion. As with any suppressed energy. We can't ignore even the smallest of things. So, we have to ask questions. And we have to ask the questions even that hurt. The questions that hurt. Is living in a multiple relationship bad? I don't know. Is that what you want? who am I to say that's wrong? As long as everybody's in agreement. So what is right or wrong? I don't know. I know what I want. You know what you want. You get what you want. I get what I want. Everybody got what they want. There's no problem. But you got to be honest about who you are and what you want. Ask the right question. If that person doesn't want to be monogamous and you want to be monogamous, you're with the wrong person. Ask another question. I'm not using this as what we should do or shouldn't do. I'm talking about asking questions. And I'm just using that as an example. You know, if I don't like spaghetti made with frog meat, and you like frog meat in your spaghetti, make yours with frog meat, make mine with tofu. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Want some frog? No, I don't want a frog meat. Ask the right question and we can come to the right solution. I go to a French restaurant. This is years ago. Well, sir, how do you want your steak? I want it well done. Well, the cook does not like to make it well done. Well, let the cook eat it. I want mine well done. The cook can eat his raw if he wants to. I don't care. But it is not good like that. It's not good to you. I'm a southern country black boy. I like my meat dead. Why are we going to have a fight over what I want? See my point? Asking the right question. Oh, okay. No problem. When we ask the right question without having to go through the fight about it. Now, we can have the fight about it initially because we have to solve that problem. We have to start, well, wait a minute, how am I going to resolve this without fighting? Oh. Come here a minute. Let's talk about this. How are we going to do this? I like you. But we, solve the problem. What is the budget about? Why are we fighting over the budget? We need money to pay bills. Let's do this to pay the bills. Oh, well, how are we going to do that? Well, we can't hijack these people because they don't have anything. I'm sorry, brother, but I can't give you, you no longer can have a 37% tax, and I can't give you that 20% now. You're going to have to stay at 37% because we need this money. I can't take the money from Bob, who makes $3 an hour. He doesn't have any money. Solve the problem. Everybody should want to solve the problem. But what do we want? Politics. Well, the answer is not in politics. The answer is in solving the problem. That is what we have to want to do. Solve the problem. Let's solve the problem of NFL players kneeling during the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Good. Let's stop shooting black people. Won't be nobody kneeling. You don't shoot us for no reason. We'll all be America. Damn betcha, damn straight. But you're shooting us. Hey, how you doing? Pow! Oh, he scared me. Why? Because he was black. Oh, had that bald head and he was all dark looking, everything, teeth all shining. I thought he was getting ready to bite me. So I shot him. What? Huh? Just everybody's complaining. Respect the flag. I hear you saying that, but I hear nobody saying respect life. They let, 13 people out of prison at one time the other day. All wrongfully sent to prison. Oh, and we got 100 other cases based on the same thing waiting to come out. You think we ought to start looking into that? Won't be anybody kneeling if we look into that. And why is it 99 of those people coming out are all black? 99 of those people, DNA says they didn't do it. Well, see what it had. No, let's talk about the issue. Let's solve the problem. Well, Tom Moore, Tom is all right. But we should think about Bill Clinton. Well, Bill Clinton got a blowjob by a grown woman. A grown woman. And she wasn't upset by it because she kept the dress. I'm going to keep this as a souvenir. Yuck. See that big stain on there? He's like, oh. That's the presidential stain. That's the presidential seal. That's all right. Never mind. Here's a man that they said, bar him from the mall, because he's down there. And oh, by the way, when you go to football games, keep him away from the cheerleaders, the high school cheerleaders. But I want to be a senator. Damn straight. I'd rather him be a senator than a Democrat. What? He's a child molester. That's all right. I'm a Christian. I only molest Christian girls. Answer. You want a solution to the problem. Solve the problem. If you lose your car keys in the house, don't look for them outside. Look where the issue is. And I'm using these as examples, not talking about the thing itself. I'm talking about the thought process. And this is the process we have to go through when we look to solve issues. Can I make somebody else change their mind? No. Then they're going to continue to hurt my feelings. Then I have to look at my expectation. This is my expectation. Well, then perhaps I can't have what I want. Or perhaps I can't have what I want the way I want it. Maybe let me look at this a different way. How does this thing work? Oh. See, when I start to look at things for the truth, I expand, I rise. And when I look around, I see others who have expanded and risen. And now, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I can have what I want. Let's have a good life. And see, when we go on this trip together, we both understand we are on the trip. We can get along because we're both on this trip together. We can't get along if we're not both on the same trip. All I'm saying is ask the right question about what you're saying to yourself. You have to look at that point that doesn't necessarily agree with the words you're using. You are the hero of your movie. Okay. Let's just make sure your movie is based on certain facts. Okay? Not purely fiction. All right. Why? What are we talking about? We're talking about your happiness as an individual. How are you going to be happy when you're constantly bringing things into your life that make you unhappy? The thoughts that make you unhappy. Wow. You can't be. So, we have the habit of thinking a certain way. We have a habit of thinking a way that makes us unhappy. So what we have to do, we have to break that thought process. Or maybe what we have to think is the attachment to, what we have to break is the attachment to the thought. Whoa, why do I always think about this? Every time I sit down, my mind goes to the same thing over and over. What is that Ananda says? Do the technique. You see, the technique is designed is to stop the habitual process, to interfere with the habit. That's all. When it interferes with the habit, you go, energy, energy just moved. Son of a gun. That felt good. Now you're getting happier. It's not hard. The question is, what do I want to do? Once you get all those habitual behaviors out of the way, you can shine the light upon the subject and get the right answer. You can shine the light upon the subject and get the right answer because you're no longer wanting it to fit into your agenda. Religious people want God to fit into their agenda. No. There's this black guy who has, some 40 Klan outfits that Klansmen gave him when they gave up being a Klansman because of him. Because he just sits out and talks to them. He becomes friends with them and talks. And one of the things that he said that caught this guy, he says, why do you guys burn crosses? Says, we burn crosses to light the way for Jesus. And he says, well, we serve two different Jesuses. Well, there's only one Jesus. Yeah, but my Jesus doesn't need me to light the way for him. He lights the way for me. Well, here you go, brother. Take this outfit. See, the right question was asked. Whoa, wait a minute. If it's Jesus, why do I need to light the way? Is this Jesus in the shape of Stevie Wonder? He can't see? No, this is Jesus. This is Jesus. This is God, the most powerful thing ever, but needs me to hold the cross for him. He had a thought. I said, okay. Here's the pointy hood that I wore on my pointy little head. Go ahead. Take it. Question that we have to answer. And we look at both sides of it. Black people wear just as pointy hats as Klansmen. When you start being racist, when you don't realize that you have been taught to be racist by racists. Well, nobody taught. Well, you are just as hateful. You are just as blind when you blame all white people. Well, black people can't do no. Yeah, they can. Trust me. I'm black and I did a whole lot of wrong. Well, black people can't be racist. Who told you some bullshit like that? Just as racist as anybody else. So cut the crap. We were discussing. Okay, straight up, this is a spiritual group, but straight up, white women with big booties. When somebody said, white women don't have big booties, they bought them booties. Well, wait a minute. Don't you know the difference in a muscle moving when that booty walks? And when you got a bought booty, it just sits there. Look, don't sit back and say, that ain't a real booty. Look at that. That's real. I'm an old connoisseur and bon vivant of the booty. That's real. How do you know? Look at it. That's the truth. Look at it. Oh, God. I don't feel well at all. Oh. So it comes back to the same thing about anything. Look, dismiss your bias. See the truth. Wow. And the truth shall set you free. Free of your biases. Now I can see. Being enlightened only means that you can see. If you turn on the light, you can see. You can see more because now everything is in the light. You cannot see when everything is in the darkness. It's as simple as that. I said to you before, I know we have problems. Ananda, getting enlightened. Well, you put too much on enlightened. Well, Ananda tells about this and about that. That's part of enlightenment. No, that is the result of enlightenment. That I can see how it works is a result of being able to see. To be enlightened is to just turn on the light, shed some light into the darkness. And the darkness being is not like midnight. You see, it's just shadowy. You see. Now let me turn on the light. Let me get out of the way. All of a sudden that energy moves through my body and I'm a happy camper. I am happy. One of the doctors came through. They came through, and that was right after the cancer diagnosis. He said, I've never seen a person who was genuinely happy. You got cancer. Okay. What are we going to do about that? Not, oh Lord, what are we going to do about that? No. Happily, let's do something. We're going to cut it out. Well, get cutting. Don't be standing around, wasting time, talking about how happy I am. I know how happy I am. Cut that sucker out. Is that what we're going to do? Yeah. And then we're going to poison you. Well, get the poisoning.
Get the poisoning.
Well, we have to poison the rest of you to poison the cancer. Well, I ain't got no problem with that. Poison away. I'll be here. Be here at 11 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Mr. No, yes? Why are you here so early? I don't want to miss the poisoning. Oh, damn. Go to the bathroom. I'm bleeding. Hello? Let me speak to the surgeon. Why? I'm bleeding. Oh, well, come on over to the Mr. Norman. Yes? Yes? Hi. I'm happily here. All I'm saying to you, no matter what your situation, if you want to live with joy, live with joy. It's a choice. I have to give up what I think I want in order to have what I want the way it is presented. This is the law. I can't debate with the law. I can't argue with the law. One of the reasons that several people aren't here anymore, because they want to debate why this is what it is. This is not a debate between you and I. I'm telling you this, and this will work. It'll work if you do it. Do it. Well, I don't give a damn what you think. I didn't ask you. I know how to be screwed up. Both of them. I know how to do that. I was that for, 30-some years. I know how to do that. Well, so and so and so, you got to go. Because here we do this. Here, this is what we do. Here, you don't tell me. Well, what about discussion? Ain't no damn discussion. This ain't the U.S. Senate. This is Ananda group, and I am Ananda. I hold the cross. I show the way. There you go, right down the hallway right there. Well, I want to go over here. Well, here's your hat, here's your coat. Don't let the door hit you. All I'm trying to show is how we get to the truth. And part of that is, it doesn't matter what's happening to you. You're afraid. If you're afraid, you can't be happy. I will be happy until I die. I might, when I'm... What did he say? What did he say?
Bye, Pop.
Fuck you. Yeah, well, he all right. See ya. Don't be surprised if you wake up one night and I'm standing at the foot of your bed going, boo. Laugh, damn it, laugh. Oh, my head I'm holding in my hand, that's funny. Process goes on, guys. There's nothing to fear in life or in death. There's nothing to fear. Fear is an illusion. Fear is a lie. Get to know who you are. Accept who you are. You'll be all right. Who you really are. Not because, see, this is made up when you were a kid. You don't know the reality of the things that you're saying to yourself. Now, you start to see the problems that it causes you. Well, I can still have what I want. Let me find out how to really get that. Wow. How do I find someone to love me? First, love yourself so you know what love looks like. If it's all mixed up with selfishness and all that, you don't know what love looks like. See, when I know what it looks like, I know it when I see it coming. Wow. Wow. Yeah. This is love. Teddy Bear is Sheila's cat. He comes with me. Sometimes he'll get on my chest when Sheila's not there. He'll lie down next to me. I sleep on the couch. You should sleep in a bed because you're back. Your ancestors slept on a rock. They didn't have any prehistoric chiropractors. They just got on up, went on about their business. I'm fine. I don't have any back problems. I don't have any back problems. I got every other problem. He sleeps on. Yeah, he'll sleep on the floor. She come in and she'll sit down. Or she'll go in her room. He'll go. She'll come out and sit down and he'll lie in her lap. And he stretches out. And he looks at her. It's like, now, wow, he really loves her. He really loves her. You have to know what love looks like when you see it. He loves me. Yeah, right. I really love you when it's food time. Hello. They can say what they want. I saw something the other day where a woman comes home and there's the police and the fire department and everybody's in her house. Well, what happens is she has a parrot. And the parrot is very selfish about her. So she left and left the parrot alone. The parrot wanted her company. So he started screaming, help, help. People walking by thinking, somebody in there called the fire department and the police. Help! They come in, everything's cool. Oh, they got plenty of company. But it was out of his attraction to her. I want company now. Don't be leaving me here by myself. Cat keeps looking at me funny. So we can see love when it's real, if you understand love. First thing, love yourself. Do what's right by yourself. You will see it in those who understand. So what you were looking for in the first place, you will find because you've done the right thing by cleaning up your act. You will see. Oh, good, good. You know, there's those things in the dark corners and dark recesses of your mind. You know, we all got them. If you find somebody who loves you, you can play that game. Let's play dirty mailman and housewife. Ah! Ha ha ha! Oh, fuck! You know you got that shit back in there somewhere. But you don't want to do that for real. You'll find somebody who's going to do this with you. Oh, kind son. Oh, you can't have any gruel. Okay. I took a moment there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not feeling real good, so we're going to call it. I'd like to thank you for your time. I love you. Peace out.